Hi church family, it's Ginger Nimmons, and I'm coming to you today from my living room on behalf of the First Presbyterian session. We met this past week and discussed the reopening of our church services this coming Sunday. And yes, my shirt says rule maker, but I am not the rule maker. What the session has done, we have reviewed the recommendations and limitations that were written by the governor of Arkansas for phase 1 reopening places of worship. And as a session, we have agreed to follow the following rules and comply so we can resume corporate in-person services. So I want to go over these with you and let you know what we will be doing and putting in place to keep those of you that are coming to worship healthy and safe. So number 1, recommendations that we must comply with. Continue to offer online worship. We will continue just as we have the past several weeks to have our online worship. So those of you that are unable to join us in the sanctuary will still be able to worship with us together. Number 2, we must post signs at the entrance advising congregation they cannot enter the sanctuary if they have had a fever of 100.4 or greater in the past 2 days. And I will also be using a touch-free thermometer at the door and checking your temperature. And if you have a temperature, you will not be allowed to enter. And also, you cannot enter if you've had shortness of breath, coughing, or any symptoms related to COVID-19. And if you have had known exposure to someone with COVID-19 in the past 14 days, you will not be allowed to enter the sanctuary. We are also advising congregants that they may wish to refrain from entering if they are 65 or older or have any underlying health issues. Our main object of doing all of this right now is to keep everybody safe and healthy. And just because we're opening the church doors, we do not want you to feel like you have to be there. We want you to stay home if you are at risk or if you are not comfortable going out in public yet. You can worship with us online, just as we've been doing together over the past several weeks. We just want you to stay healthy and take care of yourself. Now I will review face mask information. We will be requiring, per recommendation of the governor, that all congregants will need to wear a face mask the entire time they are in the sanctuary. If you do not have a face mask, Mary Kelly has graciously made face masks, and they have been washed and sterilized. They're in individual bags, and they will be available at the door, and you will get one if you need one, and you can take that home. That will be your mask. And these are also the rules the governor has set forth that we will be following. Worship leaders and performers/singers will not be required to wear masks as long as they are 12 feet away from the congregation. And also, face coverings for children under 10 are optional, and the CDC actually prohibits face masks for anyone under the age of 2. And with that being said, places of worship may also make their own decision whether to allow children under the age of 10 to return to corporate worship during phase 1, as they pose some risk of transmission of COVID-19. And so on our playground, Abby Nimmons and Grace Winter and Kay Taylor will be available if you are comfortable with your child staying on the playground and playing and maintaining social distancing. These 3 people have been practicing social distancing and are all healthy, doing well, and we'll be glad to be there and give the kids a chance to see each other and play while being safe. So that option is available. If you're comfortable with that, please feel free to bring them to the playground before you come to worship. Also, the lines to the sanctuary will be marked off with the 6 feet social distancing protocol in place. There will be X's on the ground outside. Only one door of the church will be open, and that's the main door to the sanctuary where the stairs and the ramp are located. Ushers will be available and assisting with seating. We're opening the doors at 10:30. Service still begins at 11, but we know it's going to take a little longer to get everybody in practicing the 6-foot social distancing. If you are with your family, you do not have to stay 6 feet away from your family. Your family counts as one unit. And we have the pews marked off with the 6 feet rule, and we will place families together, and we will be seating you, assigning seats. So just bear with us. It's trial and error our first week, and so we will see how it goes, but just come in time to have plenty of time to be seated. And when worship is over, we will be dismissing one row at a time so we can maintain social distancing, and you will be dismissed from the back pews forward. And so keep that in mind as you come in and you are seated. Also, as far as the pews, all of the Bibles, hymn books, pencils, envelopes, anything in the pews have been removed. We will not be using those, and we will not have bulletins. Anything that can be passed from person to person will be removed from the sanctuary. And there will not be an offering plate passed. There will be a box located near the door when you come in, and you can leave your offering in the box before or as you leave the service. The rest of the church will be closed and locked. We understand some people have to get up and go to the restroom, so we are asking that you do this only if necessary. There will be directions and arrows showing you the one path to get to the restroom, because we want to ensure that we keep the church closed and make sure we know where people have been, so we know where to heavily sanitize. So if you will, please follow those guidelines, and we will go over that, and the ushers will gladly point that out to you. But church will be a little shorter without passing the offering plate and not having full hymns. So you should only be in there less than an hour. So if you can just wait, we would appreciate that, but we understand sometimes you have to go to the restroom, so that is okay. And as far as communion goes, we are working on ordering individual communion. They're individually wrapped wafers and the juice, and you would pick that up at the door. And the guidelines say you can briefly remove your mask to take communion. And we will talk to you about that when that Communion Sunday gets here. We still haven't been able to get the communion, but we are working on that, and hopefully we will have that by the time it's Communion Sunday. Next, there will be no Sunday school or any Christian education during phase 1, only the worship service. Strict 6-foot physical distancing protocol will be observed to everyone, aside from families or groups, as I said earlier, family groups, both indoors and outdoors. We are asking if you are wanting to fellowship before or after in the parking lot. That is your choice, but please keep on your mask and practice social distancing. Thank you. And also, no handshaking, hugging, or physical contact. Then, last but not least, After the worship service, we have purchased a sprayer with hospital grade disinfectant, and the pews, the entire sanctuary, the path to the restrooms, all handles, everything will be sanitized after everybody leaves the sanctuary. And so you can feel safe that everything will be cleaned thoroughly right after everybody leaves. So I think I've covered about everything. And, you know, this is just a new day for all of us. Things change every day. We're going to do the best we can to see how this goes. We may have to change a few things, but we just ask for your patience, and any comments or any recommendations or questions you may have, please call the church office or feel free to call me and let me know. And once again, want to stress that if you are not comfortable and have underlying health conditions, if you are at risk for COVID-19, please just worship with us from your home online. I miss all of my church family so much, and I know that, you know, God will be with us all together regardless of how we're worshiping together. So please just stay healthy and safe, and we will see you this Sunday. Remember to arrive a little early and just be patient with us, and we will all get through this, and I look forward to seeing you all. Hope you have a good day. Thanks. Bye.